Do you want a chocolate zucchini bread recipe that is secretly healthy enough to eat for breakfast? One that your friends and family will rave about and have no idea that it's actually loaded with grated zucchini. Hey there, my name is London Brazil from evolvingtable.com, where you'll learn how to make nourishing meals and a few desserts for your loved ones. And that healthy recipe today is this double chocolate zucchini bread. Yes, we're doubling the chocolate in this bread recipe with both cocoa powder and chocolate chips. And yes, I said zucchini. Is she crazy? You might be thinking. Okay, maybe I'm like a little crazy, but y'all, this zucchini bread recipe is so moist, it's so delicious, it actually tastes like one of your favorite chocolate cakes. So if you're ready to get to baking, come on in and let's get started. We've already got our oven preheating to 350 degrees. Now it's just time to prepare the zucchini. I've got 2 medium-sized zucchini here, which will give us roughly 1 3/4 cups of grated zucchini. Go ahead and trim off the ends of the zucchini and then cut them lengthwise into 4 spears. To grate the zucchini, you can either use a large 10 to 12 cup food processor with a grating attachment. Sometimes these are also called a shredding attachment, or you can use a box grater. If you have a food processor, opt for that since it's much easier, faster, and creates grated zucchini that's the perfect size. The box grater will still work, but it does take quite a bit more time and the zucchini comes out a little bit mushier. So let's just go ahead and get rid of the box grater. Finally, grate the zucchini using a food processor and measure out 1 3/4 cups. Squeeze excess moisture out of the zucchini by dabbing with a paper towel. You should end up with about 1 cup of grated zucchini once the majority of the moisture is squeezed out. Now that our zucchini is grated, let's move on to preparing our wet and dry ingredients in 2 separate bowls. For the wet ingredients, add 2 eggs or 2 flax eggs if you're vegan, ½ cup of coconut sugar, ½ cup or 1 stick of melted butter, or you can use coconut oil, 1/4 cup of pure maple syrup, and 1 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Whisk until well combined. Now that we've got our wet ingredients combined, let's move on to preparing the dry. I'll be using a gluten-free 1-to-1 flour blend today. If you don't happen to be gluten-free, no worries, you can always just use a regular all-purpose blend instead. Add 1 1/2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon baking soda, ½ teaspoon salt, and 1/3 cup of regular cocoa powder. If you want to make this chocolate zucchini bread extra rich, you can always substitute regular cocoa powder with dark cocoa powder. Whisk dry ingredients until combined and add to wet ingredients. Mix batter by hand until it is smooth and just incorporated. Try not to overmix the batter. And now, we can't forget the star of the show, the grated zucchini. Stir in grated zucchini along with 3/4 cup of mini chocolate chips. The mini chocolate chips are the best to use in this recipe because they will evenly disperse throughout the bread. Line a 9 by 5 inch loaf pan with parchment paper and then spray with non-stick cooking spray. Parchment paper is optional, but I find that it really helps you get the bread out of the pan more easily once it's done baking. Pour in the zucchini bread batter and spread it evenly in the pan. Sprinkle with additional mini chocolate chips if you're like me and a chocoholic too. Now we're just gonna pop this bread into our preheated 350 degree oven for about 50 to 60 minutes. You'll know the bread is done baking when a toothpick, when inserted in, comes out clean. Oh my goodness, y'all, this looks and smells so good. I cannot wait to get a big old slice of this chocolate zucchini bread. And if you look closely enough, you can almost see some little specks of the zucchini spread throughout the bread. But don't worry, if you have some little ones, you can always just tell them it's some clumps of flour in there. So I've gone ahead and cut myself a nice big slice of this chocolate zucchini bread because it's time for me to take a big bite. Oh yeah. This one definitely passes a taste test. So I guess I'll be bringing it to a few of my fellow raw runners tonight at our run group.
Where's the zucchini? I don't know. Point to it. I don't see it. Oh my God, it's good! So good!
If you liked what you saw here today, make sure you check out these other healthy dessert recipes. And if you're on YouTube, go ahead and give it a big old thumbs up below. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another nourishing meal or dessert to share with your loved ones. See you again soon.